My HRT update 3 years on. Hi friends, this is an HRT update all about HRT Journey. So you might have seen previously my vlog all on my HRT experience. So that was a vlog about when I was just about to start HRT, and I filmed that video when I was 46. So I've been on HRT three years. And the reason I wanted to do a little kind of live vlog is because one, I'd love your advice. And secondly, I wanted to share with you in the last 3 years, things that I found really helpful in my perimenopause journey. It might help you. Now, firstly, I must apologise. I've got my gym gear on, and that makes me sound really like, oh, I go to the gym. I've literally been to, okay, so since I last filmed about HRT 3 years ago, I've been to the gym 3 times. That's appalling. But the reason I'm wearing this today is because I've joined a gym and I'm going to the gym. This is my 3rd time going to the gym in 3 years. That's terrible. I haven't been paying for it, don't worry. I've just rejoined. But the reason I did that is because I was so fed up with myself at thinking, oh, I've really got to get muscle, I've really got to tone, like I've really got to feel strong in myself. I was so fed up with just feeling fed up with myself. That became a worse feeling than dreading going to the gym. So I found it's not even a gym, it's like HIIT exercises, so high intensity kind of like weightlifting, and I've really been enjoying that, so that's why I've got my little Nike t-shirt on. Okay, so I've been taking for the last 3 years these Everall sequency things, and I got these from I got these on the NHS, and they have been really good. They've been patches that you put on and you change twice a week. Okay, and I have tips on how to get off the glue when you get the patches, so stay tuned. We're going to share all of that with you. I'm also going to share with you the herbal supplements that I found that are really helping. And as I say, the reason I'm kind of doing like this live vlog today is because I've been on these for 3 years, and I feel that in the last 6 months, I feel like my sort of perimenopause symptoms have got worse. So my initial symptoms were chest pain, anxiety, head fog, lack of feeling joy, what else? No motivation, and I just didn't, and just night sweats. I don't have hardly any of that now since I went on the HRT, since I went on these Everall patches. However, in the last 6 months, I have felt just low, just like I've lost my little mojo again. I'm not getting any of the sweats, but I am feeling low, and I've got terrible head fog. Like I get forgetful, and like when you're trying to, I mean, it's bad enough having head fog on a normal day, but when you have head fog and you've got to work, you know, you're working full time, you're trying to manage life and work, it's just a lot. So I have just contacted my GP to say, look, is there anything more I can do? So that's why I wanted your help with what are you guys doing at the moment? What's working for you? I'm hoping that the doctor might put me on the gel, because I think that way, on days where I might feel more kind of head foggy or more low, I can put the gel on. But you let me what is working for you. Let me know what's working for you. I'm going to share with you some tips on, you know, when you put these patches on and you get that terrible kind of sticky mark on your skin, what I found to work really, really well is before you discard the old patch, use the old patch almost like a lint remover and use it and wipe it on the sticky part. And the leftover sticky part on the old HRT patch gets all the sticky bit off. You know, you get that really weird rim around the sticky part, and it all makes you feel like, oh, it looks like I haven't watched, but actually it's just where you're kind of the little bits of like fluff from your underwear or something's just been rubbing on it, and you get a little mark, don't you? So use your old HRT patch before you discard it and rub it on that sticky patch, and it will remove it all. It's such a good little tip. That's my tip for the patches. Okay, I'm also going to share with you herbal supplements I've been taking. If you're just joining and you're thinking, oh, I don't normally see Katie promoting brands, I'm not promoting my Nike, Mikey, whatever. I'm simply wearing it because I'm forcing myself to exercise. And I've been trying to force myself to exercise for the last 15 years, but I've got so fed up with feeling fed up about myself for not exercising and feeling all wobbly that I'm just like, I need to do it. So I'm doing, I've just joined this kind of gym, and I just do like 45 minutes of different weight exercises. And I thought to myself, I need to work on feeling better about myself, because no one's going to do that for me. And no HRT patch is ultimately going to make me feel better in myself. Yes, it's going to help with symptoms like, sweats, mood swings, head fog, but it's not going to increase my feelings of self-esteem. I need to take responsibility for that. I need to take accountability for that. So that's why I was like, right, okay, have words for myself. Exercise. So that's why I'm wearing this, because I've booked in to go shortly. Okay, so this live vlog, it's like with all my videos, nothing is sponsored, nothing is affiliated. I purely share what I love, okay? And when I share with you makeup products, they're products that I've bought in for Beauty in the Boutique, and I've put in a warehouse because I truly believe in it, and then I share those makeup products for you. But it's no brand pays me to do that. So in this video, when I'm sharing products with you, I've not been asked to talk about it. I've not been paid to talk about it. Everything that I've bought with my own money. So I'm going to show you the stuff that I found to be helping. So the first thing is head fog supplements, okay? My biggest thing has been head fog. And when you have a job, I've found the head fog's difficult whether you've got a job or not, but working full time and juggling life, head fog is just a nightmare. So I found this company called, what I'm showing you could get anywhere, but this seemed pretty good. It's basically lion's mane, and it's a mushroom supplement. So it's a lion's mane mushroom. And what that does, it's just little capsules, but I've also got in the past lion's mane tea. And the lion's mane really helps give me more focus. So I will take either this in the morning. The company is called British Supplements. Again, this is just the one I found. You can find any. But this one seemed quite good. And the coffee that I drink in the morning, I do one or the other. The coffee that I take, live vlog. The coffee is by this company, and it's called, I'll show you. This is called, it's back to front because I'm filming, but it's called Dirt Tea Coffee. And again, this one has lion's mane in it, and the lion's mane mushroom supplement, it just seems to help my head fog. So that's really good. The other thing that I take, so if I'm feeling like I've got a bit of anxiety or feeling quite stressed, and I'm having, it's natural to feel anxiety and it's natural to feel stress, but if you feel like you're not thinking like, oh, there doesn't seem to be like a reason for that, and I think it's my perimenopause symptoms, then what I take for that is, let me show you, I just go in my drawer. Sorry, again, I've not organised this, so stick with me, please. Now, I can't say this word, so you'll have to forgive me, but it's called, oh gosh, I just gave it to someone. Katie was round earlier and she was feeling a bit anxious, so I gave it to her as well. Okay, and this is by a different company. It's called Nutrition Geeks. I can't pronounce this, but it's called Ashwang. God, it sounds like I'm going to swear. Ashwanga. I'm saying it wrong. But this I will take for, it's a herbal supplement, and I will take it for like when I'm feeling really stressed. That's really good. The thing that I take, so the other thing I find with perimenopause that I have found my HRT hasn't really helped with is energy. I feel really like some days I feel really, really exhausted for no reason. It doesn't matter if I've had sleep or not, I just feel really exhausted. So I've been taken again by British supplements, again, not endorsed, not sponsored, just sharing what I've bought. And this is, I've just started with this one, and this is NMN, and it's, it's NMN, and just Google it and do your own research and find out if this kind of stuff might help you. I've only started taking these ones, and this supplement is meant to be really good for energy. So give that a Google, NMN for energy. You can see, like, I have loads of supplements because some days I feel really like I just want to feel like myself. Now, the one that I've taken and I swear by, and I've taken this, for the last 3 years, every night. Excuse me, I'm spotty. Spots. So I'm going to take you into my bath, because in my bathroom, I have a supplement that I'm always taking every night before I go to bed. And this one is by Pippa Campbell. Actually, her website is amazing for reconnecting. Her website is amazing for menopause and perimenopause type stuff. It's Pippa Campbell, and this one is called Mood and Sleep. Now, this supplement contains magnesium, chamomile, I don't know what that says. L-theanine. Oh, I'm terrible. I'm not, as you can see, my dyslexia is really kicking in. And 5-HT. Now, I think it's the 5-HT in this supplement that really helps serotonin levels. Because I feel that my personal journey with HRT, that I feel like my serotonin levels are really low, and then because they're quite low, the cortisol hormone kind of overtakes a bit too much. And I find that this Mood and Sleep by Pippa Campbell is amazing. And actually, I really do notice a difference if I don't take this one at night. It doesn't really help me to sleep that much, but I feel that I'm a bit happier when I take this one at night, because the 5-HTP in this really helps encourage more serotonin. So this one is a really good supplement. The reason I'm doing an update now is because this HRT has been amazing for 3 years, but I'm just feeling like it's not quite hitting the market anymore, and I feel like I might need to go on the gel. So I don't know if anyone else is on the gel. Let me know. If you want to see my original vlog where I talk about, it's basically the day I go on HRT, and then I bring you on a journey with me, and you can see my journey over 6 months, the difference that the HRT made for me. But in this like live vlog type thing, I'm just sharing things that I found to help, and you know, things that I'm doing for myself. So one of the other things that I've really been trying to do, which I would say definitely in the last 6 months I've had a real focus on, and that is making sure I'm getting, I don't know if this is right or wrong, but I'm making sure I'm getting at least 50 to 60 grams of protein a day. And I think the reason I've become more conscious of that is because I've steadily gained weight. So I've probably gained about 1.5 stone over the last 3 years. And I've noticed that weight, it creeps up, literally it creeps up like 3 pounds every 6 months. And then my body seems to get used to that weight, and then I can't seem to shift it. So I'm trying to eat just differently. So making sure I eat more protein, and I'm eating protein with every meal. I'm also making sure I have lots of fiber, because I feel like, like lots of fruit, lots of vegetables, and I'm not a particularly fruit and vegetable type of person. So I'm really making a conscious effort to go and, make sure I've got fruit and veg in my fridge, and I'm trying to eat as many different colours of fruit and veg a day. Some days are better than others. The protein, I'm a vegetarian, so it's a bit trickier, but I'm always making sure that I've got yogurt, beans, I do eat fish, so like tuna, lentils, all that kind of stuff. And then what else have I been doing differently that I think would help you? Protein, the fiber. I do take a collagen supplement every day, and the one I take is the one that I sell, which is rejuvenated collagen, but there's lots of collagen around. But I have found that is really good for my skin, because my skin looks a little bit thinner. So a collagen supplement has been really, really good. And then the other thing that I've really been trying hard to do is, because I feel that as we get into our sort of perimenopause and menopause symptoms, I feel that, our serotonin hormones kind of go down and our cortisone levels go up. And I feel that the way we live these days, it's kind of like everything's geared towards giving us that quick fix. So for example, I feel like dopamine, which is what we get when we go on social media, when we get that instant kind of gratification on seeing a cool little post, or that instant hit we get from, having a piece of chocolate. It's kind of like the dopamine feels like that reward-based feeling. I feel like the dopamine is kind of short-lived pleasure, but serotonin is long-lived happiness. So just having those, really looking at serotonin and dopamine in different ways and thinking, right, dopamine is almost like I sometimes feel like I get dopamine fatigue, and it gives me more head fog, because, I go on my phone, and I might go on my phone to check on something to do with work, something to do on the Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, and before I know it, I've checked on work stuff, and I've got sucked into that whole kind of sticky algorithm, and it's made my head feel worse, my fog feels worse, and I almost feel like I've got dopamine fatigue, and then I feel like I've just eaten a load of rubbish junk food. It's like junk food for my brain. So what I'm trying to do to counterbalance that is actively promote my serotonin levels, and really try and be aware of when I'm doing stuff that's more dopamine based, which is more short-term pleasure, when I'm thinking, actually, I need to do more long-term happiness stuff. So things that increase your serotonin is listening to really happy music. And if you have happy music on throughout your day, you will just naturally notice that it will just make you feel lighter and brighter. So actively choosing the music you listen to when you travel, when you're in your car, or when you're just pottering around your house. Actively choosing to, if you like to read the news, actively choosing to seek out positive news to balance out the negative, because I do think we get fed all the negative news, because it's kind of playing into our kind of like that addictive kind of dopamine thing. But if you actively seek out positive news stories around the world, and actually if you were even to Google positive news stories, loads come up. And I think that's really important for our serotonin levels. Hugging. It can be hugging a pet, it can be hugging your child, your partner, a friend. I have lots of animals, so that really helps my serotonin levels, because I really love caring for them. So I'm always making sure I hug them. That really helps serotonin. And speaking to friends. So actively, like, I know we all WhatsApp each other, we all text each other, but picking up the phone and speaking to a friend, or if you don't like doing that, texting a friend and saying, let's meet up. Having that real life eye-to-eye contact in real life, not on Zoom, not on a screen, helps our serotonin levels and helps us feel connected. And I think one of the things that I feel extremely passionate about, particularly with Beauty in the Boutique, is the feeling of connection. Because you might have noticed over the last few months that I'm doing a lot more lives. Now, those lives, for me, they're about connection. And, I know it's on a screen, but I just feel like I don't want to just produce content that's kind of like playing into that whole dopamine hit, like hack here, tip there. And yes, of course, I've got hacks and tips to share, and I know people want that, but I want to balance it with actually long, like, interesting content where I know it's difficult, but I feel like our attention spans, we're just like little goldfish right now, and I want to feel like I've got an amazing platform, and I want to feel like I can play my part in counterbalancing that whole attention thing, and I want people to feel connected to people. So that's why I like doing the lives, because I feel like it's more connection. So other things for serotonin is, like I was saying before, exercise. And ironically, I know that's a strong word, but I really don't like exercise. I really don't. And I'm wearing this Nike t-shirt because I have booked myself in for a gym session. And if I don't get dressed for the gym 2 hours before the gym starts, I will cancel. So I have to make sure I'm putting it on. So I'm like, okay, I've got to go. And I was just explaining earlier in this live that so 3 years ago when I started HRT, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do exercise and I'm going to tone and I'm really going to work on my like muscle mass, because we know that we lose muscle mass as we get older. And we also know that if we have more muscle mass, it's going to protect our bones more. So I'm like, yeah, and I'll do exercise. And you know what? In 3 years, I've been to the gym 3 times. Or I've done exercise 3 times. You don't even have to go to a gym. I've signed up to online classes where I'm like, oh, I just do it in the front room. I haven't done it. But I've got so fed up with myself that I've almost got so angry with myself. That anger at myself has felt worse than the kind of hatred I have to the gym. So I'm like, I'm going. I am forcing myself to go, because as I was saying earlier, HRT, for me, HRT has been great for symptoms like hot flushes, anxiety, sleep, things like that. In a sec, I'm going to share a herbal supplement, another one that I think you might like if you can't go on HRT, or if you don't want to, just an alternative. But I've almost got like, HRT has treated the symptoms, but what it's not going to do for me is improve my self-esteem, and I just had a wake-up call, last week, and I was like, no one is coming to give you self-esteem. apart from yourself. No one is coming to improve your confidence apart from yourself. You will not find your self-esteem in an HRT patch. This is what I'm saying to myself. You know, yes, this helps with symptoms, but if I want to feel better about myself, then I need to actively work on that. So for me, that's like, okay, I want to feel strong. I want to feel like I've got muscles again in my tummy. I want to feel like, you know, my arms feel strong, like I can lift something and I can feel really strong. And then the other thing, obviously, I've been working on is my serotonin levels. But it's almost like you have that awakening to feel like I need to take responsibility for my own feelings and stop waiting for that feeling of confidence or self-esteem to come from like a herbal supplement or HRT or buying myself a new top. That isn't where it comes from. It comes from actively thinking, right, what do I do for myself that will help me feel better about myself, not in the short term, but the long term. So what I'm going to share with you now is this might be useful for people that can't go on HRT or don't want to go on HRT. And this, I have no, like, I'm not for it or against it. I'm just sharing what has worked for me. So this supplement, my friend recommended to me, my friend Kerry, and she swears by this. It's called Hormone Harmony, and it's by a company called Happy Mammoth. Now, this I've nearly finished. Again, not sponsored, not affiliated, not being asked to talk about it. I'm just sharing things that I've tried, things that have worked, you know, that kind of thing. And I'll be honest, personally, I didn't notice a great difference with this, but my friend Kerry absolutely swears by this and said it's been life transforming. So what might not work for me might work for you and vice versa. But I think it's just really good that we share what's worked for you, share what hasn't worked for you, because I think we can all learn from each other. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I haven't shared with you in this little update. I'm waiting for the doctors to call me to see if I can increase my HRT. So that will be interesting to see how that goes. But I just wanted to do a really honest, you know, Facebook Live, just giving you an update on my perimenopause HRT stuff over the last 3 years, in the hope that it might help you and in the hope that you might like to help each other. With recommendations and anything like that, because, you know, it's a tough old time, isn't it? And I think as well, it's almost like quite cruel because we get to this kind of like the menopause age and we have all these hormones flying around, and life does get quite tricky at this age. I mean, life can be tricky at any age, but, you know, it's kind of like we get so much thrown at us, don't we, at this age? I know, you know, if you have children and they're going through being teenagers, dealing with their hormones, dealing with your own hormones, parents getting elderly, caring for parents dying, you know, and it's tough out there, you know. The world feels quite edgy at the moment, doesn't it? It feels a little bit, just feels a bit edgy. So I just think let's just connect with one another. Let's just help one another. I believe that humanity, goodness, kindness, love always prevails, as much as cheesy as that sounds. I think if you're ever in doubt, act from here, not here. Lead with your feelings and your heart, and then wait for your head to join up. I think that's a good little tip. Anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. This is my first live on my own without Katie. Katie, I love Katie so much, and I know you do too. And Katie traditionally has always been my little she is my live and my, just like my little partner in crime partner. We work together. Katie and I have worked together since the start of Beauty in the Boutique in 2010, and we've built Beauty in the Boutique together, and we're genuinely like best mates. So not having her here and alive is like not having my comfort blanket, but I hope I've done all right. And I'm sending you all lots of love. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being part of Beauty in the Boutique. I really appreciate it. Bye.